Hey, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about 3 books within the personal finance genre that made a massive influence on me. I think they will do the same for you too, but before we get started, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. My 2021 goal for this channel is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and the only way that's going to happen is with the support of the people who come across my videos. So if you find any value from them, please subscribe and you'll be notified when I release more. So in the beginning of 2020, I set a huge task for myself to read 52 books in a year, so 1 a week. I actually managed to read 42, most of which were actually on personal finance. I read most of these on a Kindle, which I found was really useful when I had 10 minutes spare. Even though I was 10 short of my target, in all honesty, it was a transformative year for me, and a big part of that I put down to forcing myself to read more than I ever did before. Before 2020, I read probably 1 book a year if I was being generous, and I was actually an autobiography, sat by a pool on holiday, or Harry Potter. I do love Harry Potter. So if you've seen any of my previous videos, you might know that I was in a lot of credit card debt previously. Now this triggered a desire to learn how to manage my money towards the end of 2019. So once I started researching about personal finance, I just got hooked. It felt like I'd found a secret treasure, and applying basic principles with money, I realized the information I was reading actually worked. I couldn't believe I didn't know this stuff before, and I began sharing with my friends and family. Quick tip, your friends and family don't care what you have to say about money. So this was the reason I started sharing information online. For me, learning online and reading books was a private activity, and it was easy to access, and I could pick up and choose whatever worked for me. Reading more really did change my mindset, not just about money, but it also forced me to read opposing views and come up to a better decision about a topic. So knowledge really is power, and it's no different when it comes to personal finance. So that being said, there are 3 books out of the 42 I read that really stood out to me, and I want to share them with you today. I thought I'd build suspense and do a reverse countdown. So book number 3 is The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason. This is quite an old book. It was published in 1926 and is filled with financial advice in the form of stories from about 4,000 years ago. The book is set in ancient Babylon and follows the story of Arkad, the richest man in Babylon, imparting his wisdom to a younger man, Banzer, who really wishes to become wealthy. This book lays out the basics of personal finance, such as spend less than you earn, save 10% of your income, and invest wisely. It's very different to other personal finance books, as it's written more of a fable, and it sometimes feels like a bit of a Bible text. It is written in Old English style, which may put some people off, but focus on the meaning of what is written. You get used to the style of writing pretty quickly, so just stick with it. If this book was taught and read in schools, I really believe the number of people that struggle with debt and financial stress in this country would be significantly lower. The book is quite short, with only 196 pages, and it shouldn't take you long to get through. I would recommend making notes inside the book if you have the paperback, or separate notes if you're using the Kindle like me. There's a ton of great advice in this book, so if you do read it, let it soak in and actually apply it. There's too much in the book to cover in this video, but the most quoted lesson from the book is to pay yourself first. The concept here is that as soon as you get paid from your job or any other income, you should put aside 10% of that money to be saved and invested for the future. Okay, so the next book that really helped me was actually more the practical aspect of finances, and that book is The Meaningful Money Handbook by Pete Matthew. I really could talk about this book for days. Pete Matthew is a fantastic communicator of financial knowledge. He's a chartered financial planner and has a great podcast and YouTube channel that you should check out. His information really is second to none, and I think it's criminal that he doesn't have more exposure than he already does. He must spend a phenomenal amount of time researching for his videos and putting them all together. He focuses on everything you need to know and everything you need to do, giving you practical help with all things money related. So his book, The Meaningful Money Handbook, outlines 3 money principles. Firstly, spend less than you earn and clear debt. So Pete recommends getting on a budget and paying bad debt off using the debt snowball method, popularized by Dave Ramsey. Secondly, insure against disaster. Now this point for me is where the book actually stands out. Not many personal finance books talk about insurance and the importance of having it to protect you and your family should the worst happen. And the final point in the book is to invest wisely. Now, Pete talks about diversifying your money in passive funds within tax wrappers, and to have a long-term mindset and have a consistent approach and not trying to think about getting rich quickly. This book is also pretty quick to read with less than 200 pages, but don't be fooled, it's packed with information. Most personal finance books are US based, so it's really good to have somebody this knowledgeable that shares what he knows within the UK. And finally, the book that got me really thinking about my mindset on money was The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley. So this book now really is somewhat of a cult classic. It was first published in 1998. This book has 272 pages and is pure gold. This book really revealed that many of the people we think are rich are actually broke, and the average millionaire isn't what you think and might even be living next door. This book digs deep into the mindset of keeping up with the Joneses and why trying to look rich will keep you from truly being wealthy. So in the book, Thomas separates people into two categories: under accumulators of wealth, or UAWs, and prodigious accumulators of wealth, PAWs. Now, UAWs are people that have a low net worth relative to their high income, and PAWs grow wealthy by living below their means and investing. UAWs are normally well educated and are trying to portray an image of being rich and buying expensive stuff to just impress other people. PAWs tend to care less about what other people think and make financial decisions by thinking about their own future. So Thomas recommends, as soon as you can afford to live on less than you make, you need to save as much as you can by avoiding buying non-essential items and just being intentional with your money. Another great point in this book is that you should avoid relying on other people for financial help. You should take control of your own finances and be deliberate with your actions. This book recommends great personal finance advice, such as being on a budget and investing consistently to take advantage of compound interest. But a big point for me in this book really is understanding that a lot of people around you that you think are really, really well off actually just waste their high salaries on buying stuff to impress other people. Now, if you read this book and you realise, actually, I am one of those people, it is not too late to change. I couldn't recommend this book enough, so go and check it out. And that's it. I hope this video inspires you to go away and read more books about finances. These books in particular, I really think will help you with your money mindset, but also just the practical way of dealing with your own money. I'll leave a link below for these books. So let me know what your favourite personal finance books are in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.